We got a couple of days under your belt. How's it feel to be back and obviously be working towards something as a group here?
It's great. It's nice being back, getting going. It's obviously a long off season. The hips were barking a bit today, but that comes with hard-paced practices, and they're challenging. But it's nice to be back out there with the boys.
Well, obviously lots of familiarity, but anything jump out to you in the early part here in terms of the pace or the structure?
Definitely pace. I can't say for the other group, but for our group, I thought we have great pace, work ethics there, competes there. You can definitely tell that guys are fighting for jobs, so that's what you want to see.
Mike, it's only day two, but when you reflect upon last year and the success you had personally, how do you try to follow in the exact same footsteps to get similar results? I know you always want wins first and you want to be an ultimate team guy, but to have the individual success that you had last year, how do you go about replicating that again?
Just work ethic and consistency, I think. When I was a young kid, learning the ropes, at training camps like this, consistency is the word that's used a lot. And I think for myself, it's just being consistent, kind of doing the same things that I did last year around this time of the year. Just working hard, getting your pace up, heart rate up, so, when game one happens, you feel great. And, you can jump up in the rush, you can get back, you're dialed into, all the little details that, you had personal success with.
We've seen, we can look at the stats, but have you seen growth in your game? Have you taken yet another step in the way you see the way you're playing?
Yeah, I feel great. I think I can get to another level and reach another level, and the expectations for me are always get bigger and bigger, and that's what I want. I want to get better every single year, and when that dips, hopefully I'll be at the end of my contract. So I want to get better and better every year. I want to push the pace for young guys and for our team. So expectations for myself are high.
Did last year change what you think is realistic in terms of better and better every year? Like, did last year change? Like, okay, here's where I think I can get to.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I was ever thinking I'd score 20 goals. So realistically, that was pretty crazy. But I think I can do it again. Why not? I've proven myself wrong a lot of times. I've proven people wrong a lot of times. So why can't I do it again?
I know you're just back from the media tour. Like you've talked about the way you've been embraced. Has it sort of hit you that you're a face of the franchise in this city now?
I don't really look at that kind of stuff. I just want to go out there and play hard and represent this team the best way I can. And you guys can call it a face of the franchise. I don't really care. There's great players in that dressing room, and everyone's representing this organization great. So we're all in this thing together, and we want to represent this city as best we can.
Huska mentioned, obviously it's on, kind of the leaders and that message about, coming in here to compete and to make sure you're earning jobs. How much pride do you wear in that side of it and just setting a standard right here from day number one?
It's huge. There's obviously a big emphasis on our start. We want to get off to a great start this year. That comes, day 1 and 2 and 3 in training camp right now is setting that pace high, the standard high, the expectations high, especially in the dressing room, block all that noise out, go out, prove people wrong. I saw Naz, surprise a lot of people this year. That's kind of what we're going with. So that starts with the leadership group, and it goes all the way down.
Mackenzie, again, we can look at the numbers, but what can you tell us about Tyson Barrie maybe that we don't know?
Oh, great guy. Got to know him a little bit throughout, being here for a week or two, and it just seems like a glue guy in the dressing room. Obviously a hell of a player. You look at his numbers where he's been, moves the puck well. He can jump up in the rush, play a little power play. But I think for him, he's another leader in that group. That can help out the young guys. Give them some advice here and there, and love to see him stick around. He's a hell of a player.
It's early, but is there a young guy who's kind of caught your eye?
Yeah, both the young kids in our group. They're I don't know their last. Brew and Grew is what I'd go with. But, they're great players, both of them. You can tell they got a lot of compete in them, a lot of spark. Kind of two different players a little bit, but those two kids have caught my eye. They look great on the back end.
When you look at young defensemen in general, has there been an evolution over the last sort of decade in terms of the skill set that they're bringing in? Because we see so much offensive skill.
Yeah, I mean, the skill level's gone sky high for sure. I saw Brew there. He's got 92 points. And Kitchener's, that's pretty elite. So, you know, they're doing things that I probably can't do with the puck. So it's fun to watch those young players out there. But yeah, Gru's battling pretty hard out there. You can tell he gets in your face, and he's a hard-nosed player. So both players, you know, it's fun to watch. Skill levels high out there, and you know, you can tell they got an identity to them.
Mackenzie, one of the other guys said, like, the veterans were still around, even though the young kids are here. Like, we have to remember that, show them that we're still around.
Yeah.
Like, how's having those kids kind of impact you, and in terms of like competition and stuff like that? How can that impact a vet?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to show them that the vets are still here. You know, whether that's just battling hard in the corner or, you know, those 50-50 pucks, you know, you want to still beat them and make sure they understand that it's a hard league to play in. So maybe little things like that, show them that it's hard. It's a hard league to play in. It's a hard league to make. And if you want to make the league, you got to get that puck from me.